Hey everybody, Chad with Nobody Else's Auto. Some more great new inventory tonight. Now, if you haven't been hanging out with us on here, be sure to go out and check out the channel, Nobody Show, and click that subscribe button. We've had a lot of great stuff hitting the ground. We've got a lot more cool new videos coming up. You're not gonna wanna miss any of it. 1980 Ford Bronco, 1968 Camaro, 51 GMC truck, 55 Chevy truck, 71 Camaro. We got a lot of great stuff coming up. So click that subscribe button. You're not gonna wanna miss any of that. But tonight, we're gonna check out this super awesome Cadillac Coupe DeVille, 1980 Coupe DeVille. This car is intact. It's been bumped in the left front corner. I think this car has a future. I think somebody could definitely fix this car and at the bare minimum make a good driver out of it. This car was last tagged in 2006, so it's been sitting for close to 20 years now. However, it did spend a lot of that time inside. It's been outside here over the last several months, but the majority of those last several years have been inside. So now, since we're standing here at the back of the car, we can see it is in pretty good shape with, of course, the exception of these rubber fillers that GM used in the mid to late 70s into the early 80s. They are notorious for falling apart, and that's what happened. Even cars that have been stored inside, these things just literally will deteriorate. They are available in fiberglass reproduction, so that's not a big deal to fix. But we can see the back of this bumper. The bumper's solid, it's straight. Big, huge, tall cathedral type taillights. The big Cadillac across the back. These are just great old cars. I personally love these cars. This 1978 to 80 Coupe DeVille. I love them. I'd love to add one to my collection. My personal favorite is the 79, just because I've got the 79 promo models that Cadillac had. But still super excited about this one. This thing is intact all the way down to its original Cadillac wire hubcaps. Pinstriping, side moldings, pretty much a completely original car. We've got just a few little rust issues starting to come out around the top that could probably be cleaned up before it gets any worse. But we look down along the bottom side of the car, this thing is solid, it's clean. All original, appears to be original paint. A few typical door dings and scuffs, things like that, but nothing serious at all. One interesting thing about the Cadillacs of this era was the thermometer mounted below the rear view mirror. Yes, that is actually a thermometer, and right here is a red indicator line. I don't know if we can see that, that rolled, so as you were sitting in the car, you would be able to see what the outside temperature was as you were going down the road. Kind of the weird little things that Cadillac did back in those days. Another interesting accessory we can see from right here, factory sunroof. Now, most Cadillacs did come pretty loaded up. I mean, they were a Cadillac, so they were literally the top of the line standard of the world, but this one even had some more accessories such as the sunroof. Now, the bad part about this car, let me pop the hood and then we're going to work our way around the front. And we can see the bad part. It was bumped right here in this corner. It is going to take a fender, a header panel, and a bumper to repair this car. So don't know what happened to it. Obviously, it happened years ago, but that is going to have to be done to put this car back on the road. Now, the rest of the front end, the grille, the other side, all looks good. The original Cadillac hood ornament still looks good. Under the hood, everything is here and intact, just exactly as it should be. Doesn't look like anything has literally been touched. It looks like they took the battery out of this car and put it in storage back in 2006. Now, this actually does have a Cadillac engine in it. I believe this should be the 368. So this was kind of getting to be the end of that era, but this does still have all Cadillac in it. So obviously we'll take a little bit of work after sitting for all these years to get it back on the road, but it is here, it is intact. Even to the extent of all of this cross bracing is even still here. Now, this obviously, the way this configuration was laid out, that was all for support, stiffer, quieter, things like that. But typically that stuff didn't survive. This stuff is in the way. If you need to get down here and work or over here to work, all this bracing was in the way. So when it came off, it was very common for it to not get put back on. The fact that all of this support bracing is still here exactly as it should be is really a testament to how original this old Cadillac is. Work our way around over here to the passenger side. Once again, we see all the original hubcaps on it. It does have one damaged mirror on it. but it's here. We take a step back, we don't see rust coming through along the bottom of the car. We see all the trim looks good. Just a neat old car. One interesting thing about these Cadillacs is these had bolt-on wire hubcaps. We can see the interesting little keyway that actually locked these caps on. And believe it or not, the key is still here for them in the trunk of the car. Inside this Cadillac, it's weathered, it's aged because it's over 40 years old, but there again, it's not terrible. The dash is cracked, the seats are worn, the left armrest is worn out. But it's not all that bad. The back seat, all the back seat area still looks really good. Even the side panels, the seats, the trim, all still looks pretty clean in this car. Even these rear pockets, which are typically almost falling off of here, look at that. They still have elasticity on those seat pockets. Almost unheard of. These even had a little tiny Cadillac crest on the corner of the seat. Obviously, you don't need that, but it is a nice little touch. It is a Cadillac after all. And on the front doors here, up on these little lights, these little interior lights, a little Cadillac crest. Cadillac on the dash. DeVille on the wood grain glove box door, and the wood grain even still looks pretty clean in here. Now, obviously this is a Cadillac, so like we've talked about, it was fairly well accessorized. This one actually has a rear window defogger, automatic climate control, controls for the right-hand mirror, and this actually had a digital readout radio, factory 8-track. Now, we see a little button up here where you could switch your modes. Radio, or over here, which can barely make it out, but I believe what that's supposed to say right there, you could flip it over there in case you needed to use your factory GM CB. Copy that, Brager. It actually has a GM logo on the CB. So I thought that was a great addition to this Cadillac. Hang it right back there on the factory hook, mounted to the bottom of the dash, just the way it left the factory with that factory GM CB. Thought that was great. This does even still have the original floor mats in it. The original wastebasket, which slid in and out of here so you could empty it. Take that out, empty it out, slide it right back in on the right-hand kick panel. In the trunk of this old Coupe DeVille, wow, look at that. That's a big old door. That's a big old door on a 40-plus-year-old car. And it's still taut, fits tight, lines are good, amazing. Obviously, the vinyl top is starting to deteriorate on it, but there again, we're talking about material that's over 40 years old. And in the trunk here, the spare tire is gone. We do have our little hubcap key here. But even though the spare tire is gone, the spare tire cover is still here. And these, look at that, these are cardboard side panels. And those are original. They fit clear up around the trunk hinges on both sides. And it's all still here and intact. There again, just a testament to the originality of this 80 Coupe DeVille. So, anyway, obviously I'm pretty excited about this car. I think it's a great car. I would really love to be able to get this into somebody's hands that would do something with it. You know, it could always be parted out, of course, but these old Kings are getting hard to find. You don't see them anymore. I mean, these things used to be super common. They were everywhere, but they didn't get saved. A lot of them ended up in demo derbies, things like that. But other than the damage to the left front corner of this car, I think this car would have a really great future with somebody. So obviously I'm excited about it. I hope you are too. So stay tuned. We got a lot more cool stuff coming up. If you've got any questions about this 80 Coupe DeVille or any of the other 2000 cars and trucks we've got here on the ground at Nobody Else's Auto, just give me a call, 620-786-4428. Having a short conversation about your project or what you're looking for a project, year, make, model, body style, the parts you need, the type of build you're doing. All that information is critical to me to know what I'm looking for when I come out here to these 20-acre sea of cars. So anyway, give me a call so we can have that conversation. We'll see if we can help you out. So anyway, be sure to check out the rest of the channel. Check out some of the other videos. You like old cars, trucks, memorabilia. That's all we do on here, and we have a lot of fun doing it. We also do a lot of cool live stuff, so you don't want to miss any of that either. So hope you enjoyed the Cadillac. Stay tuned. We got a lot more cool stuff coming up. I sure hope you enjoyed this video, and stay tuned because we sure hope to see you on the next one.